The semifinals are set, and the Torian is ready for Tia. The five-time fittest woman on earth heads back home. Katrin Davidsdottir hopes to reignite her fire in the land of ice. And will we finally get a Roman invasion in Madison? That's next on Game Central. Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Game Central presented by Thorne, the official supplement partner of the Noble CrossFit Games. The quarterfinals are behind us. It is now on to live in-person competition. The semifinals are up next. They get going on May 20th and they will take place over 4 consecutive weekends. We're going to kick things off weekend number 1 with the Syndicate Crown in Knoxville, Tennessee, the CrossFit Lowlands Throwdown, that's over in Europe, and the Torian Pro. There are 10 semifinal events in total. 4 in North America, 2 in Europe, 1 in Oceania, 1 in Africa, and 1 in South America and in Asia. And for the first time since 2018, Tia-Clair Toomey will be back competing in her home country of Australia at the Torian Pro. And for more on the 5-time fittest woman on earth returning to Oceania, here's Jeremy Austin.
Thanks, Sean, and not too long to go now till we get the first live semi-final right here on Aussie soil, and 3 of the most hotly contested divisions right across the semi-finals. 5-time champ Tia-Clair Toomey is on her way back home finally for the first time since 2019, and with a now sold-out Torian Pro, this event will go next level. With the news on Tia's impending arrival and probably one of the last chances to see her compete live in Australia, fans have absolutely flocked to secure their tickets to this 3-day event. Now, the women's division is going to be pretty crazy tight with Tia, Kara Saunders, Ellie Turner, Maddie Sturt, Bailey Rogers, and don't forget Jamie Simmonds, the top 6 seeds coming in. But 3 are going to be terribly disappointed. With Tia all but guaranteed a spot, the last 2 will come down to the programming of the Torian Pro. Keep in mind, CrossFit has already programmed 2 of these events. Now, the point spread between the next 5 athletes is going to be tight as well, depending on their results. So, with Ellie Turner on the rise of late, she could probably well secure one of the last spots, and then the final spot will probably go down to Kara Saunders. But Sean, as you know, anything can happen in live competition, and we could possibly see a new qualifier come out of the Oceania division. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. And speaking of Oceania, there are a couple of really good storylines to pay attention to down there, starting with the return of Ricky Garrard. Ricky was serving a 4-year suspension after testing positive for PEDs at the 2017 CrossFit Games. He saw his first in-person action at the Dubai CrossFit Championship last year, where he finished 3rd. He was first in Oceania in the quarterfinals, and this will be the first time he has competed in a live CrossFit Games season event since the Games in 2017. Jamie Simmonds on the women's side is coming back from a shoulder injury. Simmonds is a 4-time individual Games athlete and has also competed there as a member of a team. She stood on the podium in 2019 when she took 3rd place in Madison, and she, along with Ricky Garrard, will be competing at the Torian Pro. Like Simmonds, Katrin Davidsdottir is hoping to return to the podium at the CrossFit Games. Davidsdottir moved back home to Iceland during the off-season, and she is training out of CrossFit Reykjavik. Katrin is going to compete at Strength and Depth in the UK that takes place in the 4th and final week of semifinals. Davidsdottir finished 10th at the CrossFit Games last year. That was after 6 straight years of finishing inside the top 5. Roman Krennikov will be trying to compete at the CrossFit Games in person for the first time in his career. He has already secured a visa and is training in the United States, but he will have to compete in the semifinals in the Far East Throwdown in South Korea. Only 2 spots are available at that semifinal, so the top 2 men will qualify for the Games. Roman qualified for a spot in the CrossFit Games last year out of the last chance qualifier, but was unable to make it to the United States to compete. Those are just a few of the storylines that we will be watching as we kick off semifinals and work our way through the schedule. But for more on what you should be paying attention to before semifinals start, here's Tommy Marquez.
All right, Sean, we're gonna spice things up a little bit today. And I know for you, that normally means adding a little black pepper to your ketchup. But for us here today, that means thinking outside of the box for some hot takes going into semifinals. And we're gonna start with the Torian Pro. Ellie Turner will qualify straight up. She's working now with Adam Neiffer, Justin Medeiros' coach, and that means she's going to knock off one of the big three expected to qualify on the women's side. And whoever gets knocked off, I think we'll have a scenario similar to Christy Airmo O'Connell last year, who got her spot through the last chance qualifier, then rounded into form at the games. At the Lowlands, the men's competition will be absolutely bonkers. I'm talking 3 to 4 spots still up for grabs on Sunday, 7 to 8 men in contention, and a couple newcomers shaking the tree out in the Netherlands. At the Syndicate, Scott Panchik in full dad mode, I'm talking braided leather belt, jorts, the whole shebang, is gonna show up, qualify, and end up in Madison and is gonna make some noise at the games. Staying in Knoxville, but switching to the MAC, none of the top seeds win outright. That's right, Cole Sager, Brooke Wells, and Mayhem Independence were the top seeds out of the quarterfinals, but they won't walk away in first overall. Down in Cape Town, CrossFit Commit Okavango will make a perfect run to the games. That means winning all the open workouts. They won all 5 of the quarterfinal workouts, and they're going to sweep all the semifinal events as well to carry a double-digit event win streak to Madison. At the Far East, South Korea will claim both women's spots. Sungyeong Choi and Daewon Jung, both from the same gym, rally behind the support of the home crowd to take 2 of their allocated spots on the women's side. At the Granite Games, the men's competition will be upset city. I'm calling it now. There are a ton of home run hitters in the lineup, and I think we'll see some crazy fluctuations as a result, and that could leave a few known names gasping for air in the last chance qualifier. At the Atlas Games, 17-year-old Emma Lawson will become the first teenage-eligible athlete to win her semifinal, winning a close race with Carolyn Prevost and Freya Musburger. At Strength and Depth, a new daughter enters the arena. Solveig Sigurdardottir, coming off an 8th place finish in Europe quarterfinals, becomes the 9th different woman from Iceland to qualify for the games as an individual. And finally, in South America, Mayhem Libertad bounces back strong. They were DQ'd from the team competition due to an eligibility issue, but 2 of their members, Nico Bidarte and Melina Rodriguez, will instead take 2 of the individual spots in their continent. Hope those takes weren't too spicy for you, Sean. If you're watching, give me your hot take down below in the comments.
Thanks so much, Tommy. There is actually a CrossFit licensed event going on this coming weekend as well. It is the Athens Throwdown. It takes place May 6th through the 8th. It is an individual and a team competition. Good luck to everybody who is competing in that event. Thanks so much for watching this edition of Game Central presented by Thorne, the official supplement partner of the Noble CrossFit Games. You can visit thorne.com/u/CrossFit and create an account to get 25% off your order today. And remember that the first 3 episodes of Miles to Madison are available to watch now on the CrossFit Games YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, be sure to check those out. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Have fun with semifinals and good luck to everybody who is competing. I'm Sean Woodland, and we'll talk to you next time.